What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Neka. So today, we're getting ready to talk about a juicy topic here. So I'm not even going to do a whole lot of talking. I'm going to just go ahead and let you watch this. Take a look.
Agree with Rick McCormick stating that children should get a job to pay for their school lunch. No, I don't agree with that at all. But I do agree with the government defunding free lunch at school. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. And I've stated this for years. I've been stating this since about 2017. I have viral Facebook posts about it. For those of you who don't know how free lunch works, it's income restricted. You have to make a certain amount of income or less to qualify. If you make over even by $1, you do not qualify. So the vast majority of children who receive free lunch at school are those who already come from low-income families. Those same low-income families qualify for food stamps. They qualify for WIC. They qualify for Medicaid. They qualify for Section 8. They qualify for public housing, HUD housing. It's like they got it free in all areas. And I used to be one of those people. I state this as someone who has come from poverty, someone who has received free lunch at school her whole entire life. And my children have received it occasionally throughout their lifetime as well. People who get food stamps already at home, they have more than enough food, most of them, more than enough food at home to pack a lunch. Meanwhile, that middle class family that's not even rich, they don't even got 100,000 in the bank. They just make some money over. They can't get the food stamps. They can't get the WIC. And they still have to pack a lunch or pay for school lunch. My current situation is I have 9 children total, but I have 5 school-age children. It costs me $5.25 per child to feed them school breakfast and school lunch. And the county that I reside in, that my children go to school in, which is Sarasota County, Florida, and Manatee County, Florida, my kids have to pay for breakfast and lunch, or I have to feed them breakfast at home and pack a lunch from home. They cannot get anything at school for free. Meanwhile, those children who parents get food stamps can. They know that they got food at home. Like, literally, there are women on TikTok bragging about having $3,000 worth of food stamps monthly, $1,200, $900. Even me, I used to get food stamps, guys. Sorry, little baby. I used to get food stamps, guys, and my kids still got the Medicaid. They still got the WIC, and we had more than enough food. Y'all can go look at my YouTube channel. You'll see, like, I had so much stuff, and they still got to go to school and eat for free. I'm not mad at the families that qualify. Take it. While you qualify, take it. Utilize every free resource while they're giving it to you. But I do agree that the government should end those programs or give it to all kids, regardless of the parents' income, like they did during the pandemic. That was a blessing to many of us. During the pandemic, every child had free breakfast. Every child had free lunch. After the pandemic, we're back to the basic shenanigans. Only low-income families qualify. The mom who isn't trying as hard, because they give you reduced child care. The mom that won't go get a job, the mom that's working the minimum wage job because she don't have a high school diploma, or she doesn't have a college degree or a trade of some sort. She's doing a bare minimum. She's still getting all the assistance in the world. Her kids still get the free lunch. What? It's unfair, and it needs to stop. If you get food stamps, Peach McIntyre feels like you should have to pack your child a lunch the same way that those who don't get it have to pack their child a lunch. And I know some of you guys are going to say, but Peach, some kids, that's the only meal they eat all day. Some of you guys are going to be enraged with me for how I feel about this. You're going to say, I remember we qualified for food stamps, but my mama was selling the smoked crack rock. Seriously. So eating at school was the only food you had. Your mammy was unfit. CPS should have been called. If you are an educator and you know a child's only meal is the school breakfast or the school lunch, You should be ashamed of yourself. If you are another parent in the neighborhood and you know the only food a child eats is that breakfast or lunch at school, you should be ashamed of yourself because that is child neglect and the child should be removed from the mother's custody. Why aren't you calling CPS on them like you call on me? Okay? So that's how I feel. You guys can say I'm bitter, I'm evil, but it just makes sense. Why should they continue to get a free ride and everything? I come from that. I made it out of that more than once. I went back and I was on it for a short period of time. Even when I took my husband off of child support, once we got married, they said, okay, Miss McIntyre, if you remove him from child support, he has to pay back all the cash assistance you ever received in your life. At that time, we had 5 children. Do you know how much cash assistance I received in my lifetime? $865. That's all my husband had to pay for me to take him off of child support because I never been a government leech. I get in, I utilize the situation the way it's supposed to be utilized to eventually become self-sufficient. And I take pride in providing for my kids. But if they get a free ride, so should mine. No difference in college. The kids who parents work hard, they got to pay for college. The kids who parents didn't, the low income poverty kids, they go for free.
All right, so just to interject on what she was talking about. Now, I don't really agree with what she said in regards to if you get food stamps and WIC and Medicaid, that you get, you get qualified for all those other assistance. That is not true. So I'm actually going to talk personally about my life, my situation. So I do get qualified for food stamps. I get $400 a month for 2 kids and myself. That does not cover half a month of groceries. We go to the store one time, that $400 is gone. With the prices today, this day and time, like, it don't get you nowhere. And when it comes to WIC is helpful because you could get so much food off of WIC. Okay, so that helps us out a lot. Also, when it comes to Medicaid, now when COVID hit, that's the only thing that qualified me for Medicaid. I did not have Medicaid before. When I got pregnant with my son Josiah, I did not qualify for Medicaid. And then all of a sudden, they was like, oh, she's qualified for Medicaid. I had my own insurance, but then they switched me to Medicaid for whatever reason. So that only happened due to COVID. So before then, no, I did not get qualified for that. I've not been qualified for Section 8 or public assistant housing. That does not, just because I get Medicaid, WIC, food stamps, that did not all of a sudden mean I qualify for all the above. So that is not true what she mentioned. Now, when it comes to people getting $1,000 for food stamps or $2,000, $3,000, depending on how many kids or how many people in your household, I do agree with some people are abusing the system. Some people getting all this money and they're going out here and they're selling it. They're, giving it away. They're buying things they shouldn't be buying. They're using it and abusing it. Okay, so I agree with that. And I feel like now the government should, somehow figure out how to regulate that, maybe they need to put them on a limit to say, hey, we're only allowed to fund up to 5 kids. Even if you have 10 kids, you can get food stamps, but it'll be for 5 kids. It's not going to be for all 10. And this is what everyone is going to get. If you have 5 kids and above, this is the limit. They might need to do something like that. But, she mentioned that she feel like if you're going to give food stamps out, maybe you need to give it out to everybody or take it away from everybody. Now, I don't agree with that because some people really need it and some people are not abusing it. Now, me personally, I'm not abusing it. I'm using it because I need to use it. I have it, so I'm not going to let it go. And I'm definitely not going to sell my food stamps if I'm only getting $400. I'm not selling them to you and nobody else. So that's just how it is. But like I say, some people probably selling them. And like she mentioned something about you out here getting a crack rock. I mean, some people are doing stuff like that for real. Believe it or not, some people care more about their habits than taking care of their kids. And just to go back into my personal life, when I was a kid, me and my brother never got food stamps. We never got WIC. We never got Medicaid. We never got free lunch. We never got any of that because they said my dad made too much money. So, of course, he took care of us out of his pockets. So I've never seen any of this stuff. I didn't know anything about it until, of course, I had kids of my own. And then, of course, my mom, she's older in age. We kind of found out, oh, okay, this stuff exists. This is what it is, from hearing it from friends and family and stuff like that. But other than that, we wasn't raised on it. So, no, I don't know nothing about it. I didn't know nothing about it. And even there was times where we went to school, we didn't have money, whether he had to pay for it or not. We didn't have money, to pay for lunch every single day. Sometimes we had a bill it to the account, and by the end of the week, we probably had a $20 balance that he probably like, Lord Jesus, $20 for me, $20 for him. Sometimes he forget to give us lunch money. That didn't mean we didn't eat. We just had to bill it to the account. But then when it got to a certain limit, they'd be like, okay, you have to pay this balance off before we could feed you today. There was times where they actually took our food back because we didn't pay. So I'm sure it was hard on him trying to take care of all of us. And it was me, my brother, and we had a whole house full of stepkids as well. So, step brothers and sisters. So he had to pay for all of us. So I'm sure it was hard. So, for kids to, not get free lunch, like I say, some kids, I think they deserve free lunch. Yes. And some kids, their parents may be abusing the systems, and I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but their parents is probably abusing the systems. And I personally do not plan on being on government assistance forever. No, I'm trying to be what Peach is, baby. Peach be posting all this stuff about having money, money, money. I'm trying to be like you, girl. I'm trying to be like you when it comes to the money. Financially, I want to be set. You know what I mean? I want my kids to be set. I want us to be able to get off of government assistance, get off of Medicaid, WIC food stamps, get off of disability, get off of all the stuff that, we have to get, because you have to report everything. I mean, they want to know your whole life story. They want to know your whole life story before you get anything. So I don't want to have to live on this forever. But right now I need it. And just like she said, I used to get it in case. She used to get it, now she don't get it because what? She has money, because she's doing good in whatever she's doing. So, I want to be like you, boo-boo. I'm trying to get where you at. And then I can say what you're saying, But I wouldn't, like I say, I'm not going to act like I have never, I'm not going to be like, yeah, well, you don't need this, you don't deserve that. I'm going to be bringing up, I used to be here, now I'm here, I want to come up the ladder. And I also feel good too, because like I said, I couldn't get qualified for like government assistance, as in the housing assistance in Section 8, because I currently have a house that we're paying for, not renting, but we're buying this house. So I'm grateful for that. Thank the Lord for that. So that's a milestone that we've crossed. Now we're just trying to get over the other hurdles as well. But like I said, and some of the stuff Miss Peach said, I agree with, and some of it I disagree with. But when it comes to, she feel like, all kids should, if you give it to all families or you cut it off for everybody, I don't agree with that, because some people really are in need. I mean, in the way the government is changing day by day by day, you don't know what tomorrow going to bring. You just don't know. And like I say, with what we get in a month, we be spending probably an additional $200 or $300 out of pocket for food, And if it wasn't for the WIC, we will be spending a whole lot more money, because WIC definitely helps us out for sure. Thank God for WIC. I'm actually getting ready to go to the store right now, and I'm using my WIC card because they just loaded it today. We had a WIC appointment this morning, so they just loaded it today. So I'm getting ready to do a whole detailed video on my shopping trip at Food Line using my WIC card. So take a look at that video as well. But anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this. Is just, I don't agree with all of that. I'm happy that Peach can take care of her 9 kids, and it do add up though. You paying $5.25 per child for lunch, and then, for breakfast and lunch, that do add up. And she got 5 kids, she said, that's in school right now. I mean, yeah, that adds up, because I have 2 kids and I'm already up to here with 2 kids. And we talked about having a 3rd one, but I think we done cut that off. That's a no-go. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment down below what you think. Please tell me if you agree or you disagree with Miss Peach, or if you agree or disagree with what I said. just let me know. Yeah, and also, and to add, she did mention about, people, I guess single mothers or whatever, who probably didn't finish school, who don't have no education. You're just working part-time, minimum wage jobs and stuff like that. Okay. So now, life is life. You know what I mean? You can't blame everybody because maybe they didn't make it nowhere. Maybe some people they're just not there. You know what I mean? Some people just ain't there. Now, some people just are probably there and they just don't give a daggone. They just want to be on government assistance forever. They just want to have kids. They just want to take it a free ride into the world. That's just how it is. But like I say, for my situation, I can't talk about nobody else. I can talk about me. But for my situation, I did finish school, high school. I also finished college. And I'm still in school right now. I actually graduated high school 15 years ago. 15 years ago. And I feel like I ain't made no step forward. I mean, for real. Now, I do have a degree in medical billing and coding. Okay? I'm also in school right now for my auditor degree so that I can have my medical billing and coding and my auditor degree. But one thing about that degree, jobs will not hire you until you get some experience. So in order for me to get experience, I have to pay for something called Practicode. That's like an additional $300 to pay for that out of pocket. That takes a year to get through all the courses, all of, the criteria, so that I can get my A from behind my name removed to show people I now have experience to work in the field. So once I do all of that, then I'm able to find a job with that. And also, that would help us financially. Once I finally get through all these stepping stones, I will be able to have a bag, you know what I mean? So that I won't need government assistance because I'll be bringing in some dough. If you look up how much people make doing medical billing and coding, and you also can work from home with that degree as well. So that's my plan, baby. I'm moving forward somewhere. It's taking some time, but I'm going to get there. But like she said, for people who have to go work at McDonald's, go work at Burger King and Hardee's or Golden Corral or something like that, and you're making no money, you can't afford for daycare assistance. You can't afford this and you can't afford that. And one thing she didn't mention anything about daycare assistance. Now, everybody don't get qualified for that either. But I mentioned that because I actually when I said that, I thought about it just that minute. I do get daycare assistance, but of course they still make you pay depending on how much you bringing in. And even with that, like I said, all the things that you got to pay for in life, this, and this, and this, and this, I'm just like, man, I mean, it's a roller coaster. So for the people who just out here trying to get a free ride, okay, the government, I'm sure with, the president we have in office, he gonna shut this down. Okay, so I'm trying to get my stuff right because I ain't gonna be homeless on the street and we ain't gonna be begging nobody. Okay, now if it come time to beg and I have to beg, then hey, I ain't gonna be too proud. If I gotta beg, I'm a beg, baby. I'm a beg. But before I do the begging, I'm gonna make sure I can do what I can on my own, okay? I'm gonna do what I can on my own. But anyway, that's all I wanted to add because I was like, I forgot to say that. But anyway, guys, y'all, take it easy. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Keep watching my video. Give me a thumbs up. Keep liking. And again, comment down below. Take it easy, and it's been real.